Have you ever really, truly thought about the ground you're standing on? I mean, we treat it like it's the most solid, stable thing in the world. Permanent, right? But the truth is, the Earth's surface is in constant, powerful motion, just really, really slow. So let's dive into this incredible story of a world on the move.
So let me just start with this question. What if the ground beneath your feet wasn't one solid piece? Because, well, it isn't. Our everyday experience is kind of an illusion. The entire surface of our planet, it's actually a giant cracked up puzzle.
And here they are. These are the puzzle pieces. They're called tectonic plates, these absolutely enormous slabs of the Earth's crust that are floating, grinding, and crashing into each other. And what's so cool about this map is that it shows us that pretty much all of the planet's major action, we're talking earthquakes, volcanoes, huge mountain ranges, it all happens right here, along the boundaries where these plates meet.
Okay, so let's look at the first type of interaction. What happens when these plates pull away from each other? This is where new parts of our planet are literally being born. You can think of this as the planet's create zone.
This diagram shows exactly how it works. See, as two plates move apart, this gap opens up. And what fills it? Molten rock, or magma, from the super hot layer right below the crust. It rises up, cools down, and hardens into brand new crust. It's like a never-ending construction project, building new planetary surface from the inside out.
And the results of this are, pretty dramatic. You get the creation of entirely new seafloor, these giant cracks in the land called rift valleys, volcanic eruptions, and a lot of earthquakes, though they're usually pretty shallow. It's an incredibly active process.
And get this isn't some abstract theory. It is happening right now. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, which runs right down the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, is a massive divergent boundary. The North American and Eurasian plates are slowly drifting apart, making the Atlantic Ocean just a little bit wider every single year.
All right, so if new crust is being created in some places, it has to be going away somewhere else, right? The planet isn't just getting bigger and bigger. And that brings us to what happens when plates collide. Welcome to the collide zone.
Now, not all collisions are created equal. On the left here, you can see what happens when a dense oceanic plate slams into a lighter continental plate. The heavier ocean plate gets forced underneath and sinks back into the mantle. That process is called subduction, and it often creates the line of volcanoes. But on the right, that's when two continents collide. Neither one wants to sink, so with nowhere else to go, the rock just buckles and gets pushed way, way up.
So this table breaks it down perfectly. An ocean plate meeting a continent gives you a volcanic arc on the land. Two ocean plates colliding, the older, denser one dives under the other, creating a chain of volcanic islands, just like Japan. And finally, you get two continents smashing together, and that's how we get the most massive mountain ranges on Earth.
I absolutely love this analogy because it makes it so easy to picture. Just imagine pushing a piece of paper from both ends. It has to buckle and rise up in the middle, right? Well, that is exactly what's happening when two continents collide, just on an unimaginable scale with rock instead of paper. And the result? It's this, the breathtaking Himalaya Mountains. They are the living, breathing proof of a continent-continent collision. And they're still pushing higher today, as the Indian plate continues to crash into the Eurasian plate. This is one of the most powerful forces on our planet, made visible for us all to see.
So we've seen plates create land, and we've seen them destroy it. But there's a third option. Sometimes plates don't crash or pull apart, they just slide sideways past one another. This is our slide zone.
And the most famous example of this is right here in California, the San Andreas Fault. It's what's called a transform boundary. The Pacific plate is grinding its way northwest, while the North American plate is moving southeast. They're just two giants scraping alongside each other. So this slide really gets to the heart of what makes transform boundaries unique. Let's recap. At divergent boundaries, new crust is formed. At convergent boundaries, old crust is destroyed. This whole system keeps the planet in a kind of balance. But here, at a transform boundary, crust is conserved. It's neither created nor destroyed. It's just shuffled around.
The thing is, the plates aren't smooth, so they don't just glide easily. The friction between them is immense, causing them to lock together. And as they do, they build up incredible amounts of stress and stored energy, sometimes for decades. When that stress finally overcomes the friction, the plates slip, suddenly. All that stored energy is released in an instant, and that sudden release is what we feel as an earthquake.
Okay, so we've looked at the three main ways plates can interact. Let's zoom back out now and put all these pieces together to really see the big picture of our amazing, dynamic planet.
Remember this map from the beginning. Looking at it again, it should all just click into place now. The locations of the world's major volcanoes, the biggest earthquakes, the tallest mountain ranges, they are not random at all. They form these really clear patterns that perfectly, and I mean perfectly, trace the edges of these tectonic plates.
And this is the big takeaway. Our planet's most awe-inspiring and powerful features are the direct result of just these three types of interactions, repeated over millions and millions of years. Plates creating, colliding, and sliding. It is the engine that is constantly reshaping the world we live on.
This whole process just shows that our planet's surface is in this constant cycle of creation and destruction, of recycling itself. And that leaves us with one final, fascinating question. If the continents are still moving today, what will our world map even look like in the distant future? What new mountains will rise? What new oceans will form? The story, it turns out, is far from over.